everybody. Welcome to another race analysis presented by Newtype Cycling. Today we've got Bryce. He's in the studio with us, and he's riding solo today. Bryce, we're at the Armed Forces Cycling Classic outside of Washington, D.C. What category are you racing today?
I'm in I think it's a 3-4 race. Yep.
Well, dude, it looks like a crap ton of people are in this race. How many guys lined up?
It's about 120 people, I think, is what they capped it at, and last I checked, it was full. So
that is absurd. Well, we're gonna play out these first lap and a half of you. It looks like you're just having a chase the entire time. Am I seeing that right?
Yeah, I had some issues early on with just getting my foot in the clip. I think I just had some race anxiety. So I started off the race pretty far back, unfortunately. So I'm playing catch up a lot here.
Yeah, and just reviewing the footage and looking at this now, this race looked super fast and the roads looked horrendous. Why are they making you guys race on roads so bad? And you'll see in a second, there's construction everywhere, but you guys are just sending it through turns, or at least entering into turns, going over 28 miles an hour.
Yeah, honestly, I know it probably on film it looks like crap, but to tell you the truth, the course did flow pretty well, and the group, followed good lines. So overall, it felt like a pretty safe ride. Overall, like I said, the roads were pretty smooth. Besides this one spot right here, they put a grate on top of a ventilation grate. So it was just grip tape pretty much on top of a grate. It was a little sketchy, but after the first couple of laps, it felt good.
Heck yeah. Well, I love watching these opening laps and everyone just dive bombing that dude right there in the black and orange kit. He just steamrolls his way through everybody and just uses his size to his advantage of yep, this is my spot, dude. It's super fun to watch. Like I mentioned, you're riding solo today. I couldn't make it up there to race with you. Super disappointed because this course looks really fun. And I was looking at all the buildings and stuff and your notes. I didn't see any wind direction or anything like that. You felt pretty sheltered most of the time with all these big buildings?
Yeah, there really was no headwind or tailwind sections. Mostly what you were fighting was any incline. And like I said, I was so far behind that I was sitting in drafts or working my way up. So I was just trying to be smart and just slowly work my way up methodically.
Heck yeah. Well, most people know the first 10 minutes of a crit are normally lights out. Everyone's trying to blow people off the back and really eliminate a lot of competition. And you just popped out 900 watts out of that corner. Is that pretty normal right now, just in this first couple laps?
Yeah, I mean it's a 40-minute crit overall, I believe. So I was expecting to have a lot of punchy power, particularly out of that corner that we just went through. And then we were resting throughout the race. I started to notice that we were resting at that. As soon as we got out of that corner, we would sprint a little bit, and then we would drop under 200 watts, which people kind of got comfortable.
Awesome. Well, there's a lot of cool kits in this, and looks like there's a solid team presence from everybody. I was curious to know, we don't really get to see the front, only in a couple segments, but it looks like there's a good team strategy and stuff like that. But real quick, guys, if you are enjoying the content you're seeing, please like and subscribe, and share with your friends. We'll have some fun, man. We appreciate the help.
Yeah, to address what you were saying, though, with most of the group, it was pretty much led by either Total Energies or Kelly Benefits. They were pretty much on the front the majority of the time. Cool.
Well, we've jumped ahead about 5 minutes in, and we're about to have a really cool thing right here. Watch that guy and he's just gone. So it was that quick. So we're gonna rewind the footage. It just happened to be a massive crash right next to Bryce that didn't really sound like anything. So check this guy to the right of yellow, and watch, he just bumps the thigh of the guy and slightly turns his bars and just disintegrates into thin air. This dude in yellow doesn't even flinch. He grabs a water. He's chilling. That was the first of many crashes we're about to see and witness during this ride. And it's early on. We're only 5 minutes into this 40-minute crit. Well, unfortunately, we have another one just corners later. So check this guy up here on the left. He tries to get a little too cocky and just eats barrier. Jesus, take the wheel. Oh, my God. how did you navigate that, Bryce? We'll hit slow-mo for you.
Oh man, I have no idea actually.
Did you close your eyes?
Yeah, so what ended up happening was the guy in the blue comes over and he like jumps in front of me. So I thought I was safe until this point.
You bunny hopped his calf.
And then I think I did run him over. Sorry if that was you, but honestly, I couldn't think. So, you know, as you could see here, it's all out because the break just happened. So you have to sprint as hard as you can to get back on that wheel.
Dude, that was insane. And I know that crash has like made its way around social media and stuff, but I could not believe you navigated like through that. I'm sure your eyes were closed your entire time. Question though, like, you're yelling at guys right now to get on the front, close that gap, and you feel threatened by this. Why not take a free lap? Like, you unclip, you put a foot on the ground. Like, why not take a free lap right here when, you know, because we just saw a guy do that. Why spend all this power and energy this early in the race?
Because
1,000 watts right there.
Yeah, to tell you the truth, I didn't think I was going to get the lap. And you have to make a decision like right then and there if you're either going to take the lap or not going to take the lap. I made the decision not to take the lap. I can't second guess that, so I just had to go. And so there's a group of people putting forth a good effort, but they just didn't. They were trying to do it like long style, and you just need to snap the neck on it and just get back onto the group.
Yeah, no, that makes sense, and you're right. It is a split-second decision, and you did a good job of recognizing that those guys on that main stretch were kind of not super motivated to bring it back. Maybe they were still like trying to process what the heck just happened. But this takes you a while to bring this back. It's almost a full lap right here of chasing at over like 300, 400 watts right there to bring it back. But luckily you catch on and it's game on. So yeah, well, how are you feeling so far? Like, I don't know your max heart rate, but it looks pretty high.
Yeah, I mean, honestly, 190 is pushing it. That's like red line for me. Around like 190, like mid 190s. If I'm at 195, it's donezo.
So you're hurting right now.
Yeah, I'm hurting. I'm trying my best to find a good wheel, but it's just crazy, man.
Yeah.
And there's just so much going on, and I'm trying to, like right there, I just said there was an attack, but yeah, just trying to motivate the team or motivate everyone else in the group to do work.
To do work for you, yeah. Of course. Well, you can hear the announcer right here. We've got a preem lap coming, and do you know how far back you are right now? We can barely see the front going into the corner. And I mean, with the group of like over 100 riders, like, I think you're in solid position, but it's a preem lap. It's hard to see the front at this point. And what ends up happening right here is the field starts getting really stretched out.
Yeah, honestly, to tell you the truth, I didn't even know if it was a preem lap or not. I was just smoked. I'm trying to recover. I really had, the intentions of getting at least a top 10. I was trying to get top 7 in order to upgrade. Unfortunately, that doesn't happen. Spoilers. But yeah, I was just trying to sit in and recover at this point. I'm still at 180 beats per minute, and it's, the group's not slowing down. So I have to sit in. I have to, try my best to be as smooth as possible and keep my watts down. And it just really wasn't happening for me here. And it just felt like this entire race I was over my FTP.
Yeah. Well, it's awesome. I mean, like, to just watching this course, and it's a pretty big course, and you have this like massive straightaway section right here that we're about to come into. And you guys get up to like 32, 33 miles an hour multiple times during this race. But this preem lap, looking at us taking this last turn, you can see it gets really stretched out, and you're having to catch wheels, put in a big dig. That's boom, 900 watts just in. We're only 15 minutes into this thing. So
yeah, and to tell you the truth, I'm a 4 racer right now, so the lines that I'm not taking are the best. The wheels that I'm holding aren't the best. You can see right now I'm too far off this guy's wheel. And, at the race, when I was racing, it felt like the smart thing to do to stay a little bit further back, just given so many crashes. But, when you review the footage, you could just see I'm wasting watts. I could be going a lot easier at this point. So, yeah, it was just, there's a lot of lessons to be learned with this race.
Yeah. So that preem was it like 13 minutes in, that preem caused the field to get stretched out for like an entire like 5 to 6 minutes, and we just jumped ahead. You finally caught up, at minute 20, and you're trying to figure out what's going on. And dude, I'm like, holy crap. Like, at one point in the ride, you put your hand up as like you thought you had a mechanical.
No, what happened is that I actually dropped my chain. We were going up that back end, and I throw my hand up because I dropped chain, and then I was able to put it back, able to resync it, and I was able to keep on going. So, once again, that just drops me back like halfway through the field. So I was in the very back and had to work my way up. And I kind of gauged a lot of where I was with this Kelly rider in front of us with the blue pants, with the green pants. And yeah, it happens. I think it happens right here is when I drop my chain. And it's just super unfortunate that it happened because I finally worked my way back up to the front, and I hit one of those bumps, threw my hand up. Yeah, now I'm all upset. You could hear the guy behind me, scream because he was all upset that I had to, pull off and he had to catch that wheel. But yeah, I was able to get it back on my front chain ring and let it eat. So
that's so crazy. Like running like 27, you pop it back on and just like you just lost 15 spots, man. Yeah. And you guys are hucking it right now. So super competitive 3-4 field, just from what I'm seeing. It looked like an awesome time. But we're going to jump ahead in the action, guys. We're right at 4 to go. Bryce has been working in, and boom, that example right there of that rider kind of diving in on Bryce, that's 4 to go. That's what you got to do.
That's smart racing, to be honest. Like, it was open, and so he took it.
And if it's a good thing is like if you're not moving forward, you're moving back, especially with 5 to go in a crit. If you check to the right, his teammates start coming around him, and you kind of realize this, and I believe you're starting to get a good eye of like, hey, like what's about to go down. People are moving towards the front, and you make up some good positions. It just seemed super hard, and you had to put a big effort in it just to make like good passes.
Yeah, I mean, at 30 miles an hour, that's not the time to put out an effort, because I'm going to have to put out 800 watts in order to work my way up. But I noticed that people were getting scared into this corner, so if I could just play my cards right, brake a little bit later, and just be smarter going through the corner, I would be able to get a few positions up.
Yeah. Well, and you said your goal was to try and get a top 10 for this race. Is there any other strategy that you could think of to that would have helped? Would it have been starting closer to the front? Because unfortunately, we never get really too far in the front just because there's so many guys, and you had so many mishaps. Yeah,
I mean, honestly, it got to the point where I finally started to relax, where I could start methodically just taking one position over the next position, and just really breaking it down part by part, and that helped me kind of digest the fact of like, okay, I needed to take over this person to my left in the purple. Got that wheel, perfect. That's one position up. Okay, this is just bread and butter. I put out a little bit of a hard effort, but I knew I was going to be on the inside of this turn, so why not? That's the perfect time to do it. Right up on the Kelly guys. I know the Kelly guys are in big force here, so once again, I can be in a good spot, protected by riders, but then 3-4 racing, some guy slams on the brakes into the turn.
Yeah, I noticed that a couple times, and it always seemed like at one of the easier turns, guys were like checking up, and I think it's just because the track gets pretty wide, and you guys have going 3-4 abreast, and people dive bomb and stuff like that. So
spoilers, keep an eye out on that guy.
Yeah, so we are coming down to, I believe this is 2 to go right here, and Bryce, you have some more bad luck. But you were in really good position, I thought. Even though your heart rate's high and you've been doing a lot of work, had some mishaps, you looked really, really good, and you took an awesome line into this corner. All right, guys, keep a heads up in front of the blue kits in front of Bryce right here. We're about to have some fun.
Yeah, just can't do anything about that, guys.
Yeah, touch of shoulders, and we'll replay that back for you guys. So yeah, that's the end of your race, Bryce. That's 2 to go. We'll replay this in slow-mo for you. So we have these two teammates. It looks like they almost have like some type of lead out in front of them. They're getting organized, and they just decide to bump shoulders, fight for that position, and yeah, you do a barrel roll.
Yeah, and then I get ran over, and it's just super unfortunate because everyone was really starting. It was just getting to the point where I thought I was going to be able to start doing some, getting active in the group. Once again, I finally made my way further up to the front. But.
Yeah. All right, guys. Well, that is it for the Armed Forces Classic for 2022. Bryce is good to go. He's got a big hole in his jersey. His bike's getting worked on and cleaned up, but he'll be back in action pretty soon. So thanks for guys for watching. Catch you on the next one.
That's racing, folks.